card. Joining us right now from the Vancouver Whitecaps, Ontario native Russell Teibert. Russell, welcome to Red Card again, my friend.
Thank you, Anthony. It's a pleasure to be back. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to watch you last night in action, my friend. I didn't have a chance to say hello to you after the game. I knew you were busy, but what a performance by yourself, Russell, Bryce Alderson, and all the young guys of the Whitecaps. What I noticed early on, Russell, that you guys were not really, looking at these players like Bradley in the phone saying, wow, you went right at him. Talk about the game plan heading into this game.
I think the game plan was we're young, we have a lot of young guys, and we really have nothing to lose. We have everything to gain in this game, and, just to go out there and enjoy ourselves.
You know, Russell, I watched Nigel Reo-Coker, and to me, he is a leader. He is a veteran. He's been through it, and he kept you guys calm. He kept you guys relaxed, and he kept you guys focused. And I think that guy was so key to that performance for you guys last night.
Definitely. Nigel was one of the main leaders on this team, and in that game, he was probably the biggest factor and the biggest leader we had. And maybe you didn't see that, but a lot of the things he does is behind the scenes. Talking to the guys, keeping them calm, and just being a cool head throughout that time, throughout the game. So I agree with you 100%.
Russell, to me, Carl Robinson, your head coach, to me has done outstanding things this season early on. I spoke to Carl when he got the job, and his focus really was to get the players, the young players, to develop, give them confidence, put them in opportunities where it's going to be tense, it's going to be physical, and let them grow. And I think he did that last night, and you could see how calm and relaxed he was on the sidelines because he believed in you guys, he trusted you guys, and you paid him back with that performance.
Yeah, I think, that's credit to him. He really trusts all his players, and he said from the beginning when he's taking this job that it's not just about 11 players, it's not about 18 players, it's about 20-some-odd players that we do have. I think he trusts every single one of them. Even the players that aren't listed on the squad, like the guys that played their first professional games yesterday, I think he truly believes in the players that the Whitecaps have, and he showed that by playing them yesterday.
Well, let's talk about a kid who we had on 24 hours before he was making his pro debut, Marco Carducci, at the age of 17, Russell. To me, he looked calm, relaxed, and hey, sure, he gave up 2 goals, Russell, but he gave up 2 goals to 2 guys that are possibly going to the World Cup to represent their country. That is not too shabby.
No, I think he had a fantastic performance. I think he stood out for me, and I think he was calm, he was composed, and he showed maturity beyond his years. I think, for 17, making his first start like that, I think Marco did very well, and, he can be very proud of his performance.
And what was great, Russell, that I enjoyed specifically in the second half where you guys did not park the bus, Russell. You guys went toe-to-toe. You went offense to offense. You weren't going to let them just enjoy that 1-goal lead. You wanted to get a goal. And I think that's refreshing in many ways.
Yeah, I think that's credit to our guys for never sitting back, to keep pushing on, to try and score, to try and get an away goal. We did go down 2-0, but credit to the guys, credit to the subs that came on, that we did get the away goal. I think that's huge, and we can take a lot of confidence from that going into next week's game.
And something changed, Russell, as soon as Kekute Mende came on, and especially when Salgado came on. It looked like, Coach Carl Robinson said, hey, let's have a go at it offensively. Let's see what we can do here. And it changed the complexion of the game when these guys came on.
Yeah, we made 3 attacking substitutions, and I think that just that shows how we were trying to push on to get a goal. We weren't trying to make any defensive substitutions, and we weren't trying to sit back. So I think those 3 guys came on. They did very well. And Kekuta, he's on fire right now, and he scored another goal. So it was a big goal for us.
Obviously, to keep Jermaine Defoe in check, and Michael Bradley was going to be a job and a half, and you knew that going into the game as well, did your coaching staff and all the players, and unfortunately scored 2 goals, 1 apiece, but for the most part, you kept them in check, and you kept them in check watching where they were at all times. Was that the key going into this game, to focus in on those 2 guys, or was it really to be man-on-man for most of the match?
No, I don't think it was either of those. I think it was, going into this game, like I said, we knew we had nothing to lose and everything to gain, and I think it was about enjoying ourselves and not really worrying too much about them. We obviously know that they have a lot of, world-class players, and, it's not so much about focusing on what they can do. It's just about sticking to our game plan and doing what we're capable of. And I think everyone that was involved in the game last night showed that.
You know, Russell, a lot of people take a shot at your field that you guys play on, but I got to tell you, again last night, watching this surface that I've done this year for 3 or 4 games already, it looks like a surface even myself as a former player would not want to play on, just because of the, you know, the different grooves that are out there, hasn't settled in. How hard was it out there early on to settle in?
In Toronto.
Yeah, in Toronto, the field. How hard was it knowing that that field still wasn't in the best shape it could be?
You know what? It's grass, and I think a lot of the guys enjoy playing on the field actually. So I won't say, you know, it was a problem or, you know, it was a factor, because I think, you know, everybody enjoys playing on grass at whatever opportunity they can. So I think for us, you know, whatever factors, outside factors that could potentially influence the game, again, it's not putting so much thought into those things. It's just about sticking to our game plan, you know, and really focusing on that to get a result.
Russell, let's talk about a jam-packed schedule for you guys. Columbus Crew are coming up, and this is going to be a real test for you and your squad. Columbus Crew really having a solid season so far this year. They're a team that is really hard to beat on their home field. Even though TFC did it, this is a squad that is well organized. What has Coach Carl Robinson said to you guys today in training? Has he made you now forget what took place last night and focus completely on the Crew?
Absolutely. I think, you know, that game's in the past, and all we can do is look forward now. And it's great that we have another game coming so quickly to just keep things going, to keep, you know, to keep grinding and to keep moving forward and to keep getting more results. We're in Columbus this weekend. It's going to be a hard place to play. They do have quality players, but so do we. And I think you know, the guys that didn't play on the Wednesday game are well rested up for this Saturday's game. And
you know that they're going to be coming at you guys hard, Russell, knowing that you guys played midweek and they lost to Houston in their last game. They're going to be coming at you, and they're going to be coming at you hard. Obviously, you're going to be watching Federico Higuén. He is a big-time target for this squad.
Absolutely. He's just one of those players in this league that does have tremendous quality. But again, it's not focusing on what other teams have. It's about focusing on what we have and what we can bring to the table.
As we close it out, Russell, we really appreciate your time. But I got to tell you, there was a huge cheering crowd last night. I'm sure you heard it for yourself, for Bryce Alderson and the Ontario boys that represented themselves so proudly. I got to tell you, a lot of people have been so happy for the Ontario guys like yourself and Bryce to see you guys go on to success and the opportunity that you've been given. How great is it, Russell, to live the dream of playing pro soccer, traveling all over North America, staying in the best hotels, eating in the best restaurants? How does it feel for all that hard work in Ontario you did and in Vancouver in their system to be paying off now playing in front of friends and family?
Games like yesterday is when you really understand and realize that, you know, playing professional soccer was a dream growing up as a kid, and to play in front of my family, and it'll probably be the same thing for Bryce to play in front of his family. You know, it's almost like a thank you to them for sticking by you the whole time, and, you know, really believing in your dream as well. Always great to play in front of family and friends, and, you know, to play in Toronto, to play in front of them. The dream come true for not only myself, but I think for my family as well.
Was there any flashbacks? Was there any memories getting ready for this game, knowing that it's so important for you, and also playing in front of the home crowd of family and friends? Was there anything that you were flashing back to say, hey, I'm here and I'm in front of family, and this is going to be a night I'm never going to forget?
Well, I actually came into Toronto 2 days prior, and I got to spend a little bit time back at home in Niagara Falls. So I think the flashbacks came then, you know, having dinner in my Nana's basement, you know, just visiting family members, seeing how things have changed, how things have stayed the same, and really just, you know, living my boyhood again, and, you know, going to the same places I grew up on, and, you know, going to the same fields I grew up on, and doing the same things I'd done as a kid. So that was definitely memorable for me, to see all familiar faces again, to be in front of the people, and to visit the people that, you know, truly love me and that I truly love. So it was a blessing that I could go home early and spend a little bit of time with them, and it was a blessing that they could watch me play on the Wednesday. So, like I said before, I think it was a dream come true for both sides.
Outstanding. Russell Teibert of the Vancouver Whitecaps. I know another guy that was smiling last night, and that was the Canadian men's national team head coach, Benito Floro. Watching you and Bryce and also Marco Carducci, you know that the future is bright for Canada. Best of luck the rest of the way, Russell. Best of luck in the second leg in the Amway Championship. And again, we wish you nothing but success, young man.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Pleasure being on the show again.
Class act. That is Russell Teibert of the Vancouver Whitecaps, an Ontario boy from Niagara Falls. And the guy is so humble, down to earth, but what a fierce competitor. What I